Hello. So we are starting with tooth rotor variable reluctance tachometer. Actually, it comes under a type of inductive. Okay, inductive type tachometer. Now you already know what do you mean by inductance. Okay, inductance is whenever there is presence of magnet. Okay, whenever there is presence of magnet, and you can even say alternating current, presence of magnet as well as alternating current source. So now there will be some alternating current that will be supplied in this circuit. Okay, let this alternating current be denoted by AC. Okay, there will be a magnet. You can see here, just look at this thing. This is my magnet, and you know, since there will be some kind of induction, magnetic induction, then there should also be a coil. So this is my coil that is wounded on the magnet, and this magnet is called as magnetic pickup because this will pick up the signal. Okay, simple. Now what is important is there is a shaft, there is a shaft whose speed we need to measure. So there is a shaft, suppose this is rotating in a clockwise sense. Okay, and we need to measure the speed of the shaft. This part I have not drawn it fully. Just like we have an electric sensor, this part will actually measure the pulses that are generated due to this magnetic pickup. Okay, what due to the EMF generated, whatever is the pulse that is generated, that will be actually picked up by this electric counter. I'll explain you how, not an issue. So this is my electric counter. This is nothing more like a pickup. Okay, and this is my, suppose this is my frequency of AC current that is passed on. Okay, simple. One more thing that I would like to tell you is this is my housing. Housing is more like you can say a shelter for the magnet. Okay, so that there is shield, and the magnet is not actually under the influence of stray magnetic field. This is also very important. That's why we have stray magnet. That's why we have housing. Okay, now I would like to tell you something about tooth rotor variable. Now when you say the word tooth, when you are saying the word tooth, that means there is some teeth. So you can see this is my teeth. Okay, so there are some teeth which are placed at equidistance. Okay, and these are placed on the rotor. Now you can assume it to be more like a jacket that you have given it to the shaft. So equidistance tooth jacket, you can even use that word. The equidistance tooth placement is there. Now there is a shaft which is rotating. So when the shaft rotates, automatically the tooth that are there on the shaft, they will also change their position. Okay, now rotor is more like the tooth will be rotating. Okay, variable reluctance is more like an inductance which is varying. Okay, now tachometer, you already know, it is nothing but angular velocity. Okay, so what you are going to measure with the help of this tooth rotor, you are going to measure the angular velocity of the shaft. Now how are you going to measure this? This is very important. You provide, I'm already telling you, you provide an AC current source. Okay, with the help of this AC current source, what is going to happen? There will be EMF induced in the coil due to the presence of magnetic pickup. Okay, due to the presence of magnet, also magnetic pickup does something else. I'll tell you. It is a magnet only, but this magnet will pick up the signal, and it will pass on to the, this magnetic pickup will pick up the signal, and it will actually pass it on to the electric counter with the help of this housing. This is the basic function of magnetic pickup. So I can tell you EMF induced due to the coil. Okay, in the presence of magnetic field. Correct, since we are supplying AC current in the presence of magnetic field. Now what I'm going to tell you next is, now suppose this tooth is in the vicinity or is in the nearby area of this magnetic pickup. So when it will be nearby, this tooth is made up of steel. Okay, this is a metal tooth. Okay, this is made up of a metal. Okay, so when this is made up of a metal, this will also have some induction. Okay, it will also be inductive in nature, and this will also have some its own EMF. So automatically what will happen is, whenever this tooth will come in the vicinity of this magnetic pickup, there will be change in the EMF. Okay, so the EMF induced will be changed. When there is no, suppose when the shaft is without any, you can say without any tooth, automatically this EMF induced will be constant. Okay, no tooth, EMF induced will be constant. Simple. I'm just writing it in short. But when there is tooth, okay, and whenever this tooth comes in contact, or you can see when tooth comes in contact or comes in the vicinity of magnetic pickup, or you can even say coil, correct? Because coil is going to carry the EMF, okay? And this magnet, this tooth rotor will also carry the EMF due to its metal nature. So when tooth comes in contact with the magnetic pickup or in the vicinity of magnetic pickup or coil, EMF is changed. Okay, so EMF is changed. This is already induced, but this EMF induced is changed. Now, whenever there is EMF induced, initially the EMF was constant, so the pulse was constant. Now, what will happen? Suppose initially you were getting, this is my counter. So initially you were getting this kind of pulse. Now, automatically, whenever EMF is induced, this pulse will vary. Correct? It might not be at zero, but this pulse will vary. Simple. So this pulse, whatever is this pulse, okay, you can see this pulses. This is actually measured by electric counter. Okay, measured by electric counter. Okay, simple, simple as that. So I've already explained you everything. Now I'll get to some more details like if I want to find or if I want to write the formula, if I say, let n be the, or I would like to use t be the number of tooth. Okay, simple. And let n be the speed of the shaft in whatever RPS, revolution per second or revolution per minute, that will also be okay. Speed of the shaft, and P be the number of pulses. Simple. What will happen with this is, now N will be equal to number of pulses per second. You already know that this kinds of setup, okay, tachometer, digital tachometer are basically used when the speed is more than 1000 RPM. Okay, so when the speed is more than 1000 RPM, you have to use digital tachometer. So when the speed will be more than 1000 RPM, you can sense how much will be the number of pulses that will be generated per second, because you know that on a tooth, if you remember, on a shaft there are so many tooths. Okay, so if there are 6 tooths and number of revolutions per minute is like, suppose karo 1000, so if you find it for this value, this will be more like, you can find it 500 by 3, correct? So this will be in the rear area of 2 something, 266 something, correct? So 266.67 revolutions per second. So you can imagine how many tooth will pass through this. Okay, because in one revolution there are, at least in this diagram, there are 7 tooth. So you can assume that number of tooth that will be passing will be 266 into 7 times. Okay, so what you are going to do is, you are going to write number of pulses, since number of tooth that will be passing will be how much, that will be equal to 266 into 7. Okay, so similarly you will be able to generate the pulses also, pulses per second. You will be able to find this pulses per second, and you already know what is the number of tooth actually on the tip. Suppose this is 7. Okay, so what you will be able to find through this is, what is the RPM of the shaft. Okay, so in this way you can find the RPM of the shaft. So this is nothing but, if I want to write it in short, I'll write it like N is equal to P, number of pulses, divided by number of tooth on the shaft. Okay, number of pulses per second divided by number of tooth on the shaft. Okay, so this will give me revolutions per second, because this value is in per second. So if you want to find it in per minute, what you have to do, since this is in per second, correct? So this will become 60. So you have to multiply 60. This will be second, P by 60 second, correct? T. So automatically what will come out of this is 60P divided by T RPM. Okay. this will be 1 second. Okay, so this will be more like, this will be your n. Okay, simple rpm. Okay, so now I've told you something about it. Now I'll also try to tell you some advantages. If you want, I'll just put it for you in short. What are the advantages of this? So first advantage that I can find actually very interesting is, if we are going for this, the basic advantages, it will be, you can directly say it will be no contact type. One advantage. The another advantage that you can say is it is very simple in construction. Okay, very simple in construction. One more thing is easy to maintain, because there you just have to replace the tooth. Okay, easy to maintain, simple. And one more thing is no analog to digital conversion. No analog to digital conversion. ठीक है, done.